Whew. Can't beat this iced coffee. Whew. It is so delicious. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode of Smoking Jazz Barbecue. On today's episode, you know we're doing this live, right? Welcome back to another episode of Smoking Jazz Barbecue, where anything goes, apparently. So, anyway, today's episode, we're going to be featuring barbecue smoked beef ribs. And we're going to do it on the Pit Boss Austin XL. And we're going to show you how to prep it. We're going to show you how to season it. And we're going to show you how we're going to cook it. And at the end, the best thing of all, we're going to show you what it looks like at the end. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to show you how it's done. Alright, guys, so for today's cook, I'm shopping at ShopRite, which is a local grocery store in my area, and this is where I'm getting my beef ribs from. I just got to dig through this pile. So after digging through several piles of ribs, this is what the final product that I finally chose, and these are the pack of beef rib, guys, that we're cooking today. Let me just take it out of the wrapper and show you what it looks like unwrapped. As you can see here, I'm leaving the membrane whole. And the reason for that is because I want to make sure once I finish cooking it, my ribs are not going to fall apart. So I'm just going to score it and leave it whole as it is. Unlike pork ribs, I like to take the membrane off. But here in this particular case, for beef ribs, I'm leaving it whole. So I'm just going to cut off any excess fat, just like that piece right there. And look for any hard particular fat. Any soft fat that has remained, that's okay. But any hard fat, you want to cut it off because it's not going to render down. Plus, it's not going to be good eats whatsoever, guys, so I just like to take it off. So for the seasoning today, we're going to use the Pit Boss brand, which is the beef and brisket rub for these beef ribs. You want to definitely check that out. Let's get the seasoning process started. As you can see here, I'm using a little light coat of yellow mustard. Keep in mind, guys, the mustard does not add any flavor whatsoever to any of your meats. It's just a binder for the rubs to stick to. You don't have to use mustard. You can use oil, you can use water, or you can use nothing at all. It's just your preference. I'm using the Pit Boss beef and brisket rub, and I'm doing a little light coating on the ribs. The reason for that is because I pre-tasted the rub earlier, and it's a little heavy on the salt. So I'm using a little light coat just to even the balance of the saltiness and the beef flavor itself. But guys, you can use whatever flavor rubs you want to use on your ribs. Guys, comment down below and tell me what particular rubs you use for your beef ribs. As you can see here, don't forget to do the sides. It's very important that we coat all four sides as well. And we're going to flip them over and repeat the same process on the other side. There are two types of people in this world, especially in the barbecue world. There are some that would say do not add any rubs or seasoning to the backside of these beef ribs because it will not penetrate. And the other half will say, hey, season it anyway because you want to get a full flavor beef rib when you bite into it. So it all depends on you guys. Now let me know what kind of person are you in this barbecue world. Do you season the backside of the ribs or do you let it be dry? So comment down below, let me know what type are you. Don't forget to pat the rubs down so it can adhere to the meat, and also it can penetrate all the way through so you can get a nice seasoned rib. Time for some smoked flavor. So today's choice of hardware, we're going to use mesquite. Mesquite has a strong earthy flavor that's perfect for red meat such as beef, and it complements it so well without overpowering it. Now I'm going to fill my hopper halfway full, but you can fill yours all the way to the top. And with a paint stick, you want to make sure that your pellets are evenly distributed all the way around. Turn your power on and turn your knob to the smoke setting. Don't forget to open the lid and open the smokestack. Once you see smoke coming out of the pit, now you want to crank up your temperature all the way to 250. This is not a requirement, but I'm going to use a meat thermometer so I can monitor my temperatures inside the pit and out. You want to make sure that you place the thermometer in the middle grate. I don't know if you can see my dog, but he is very, very excited. And he's patiently waiting for these ribs to be done and over with so he can have some of these delicious barbecue beef ribs. So we're gonna cook these ribs for about 2 to 3 hours, and we're gonna check it after 2 hours to see how they done. All right guys, through the miracle of time, here's what it looks like after 2 hours. They're looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna spritz it just to retain that moisture, and I'm using a 50-50 blend of beef broth and beef consomme. Be sure to spritz it all over the ribs just to maintain that moisture, and we're gonna cook it for another hour just so we can get that color that we're looking for. All right guys, so after the 3rd hour, we're gonna pull these ribs off. As you can see, they are looking pretty good. And notice some of the bones are starting to pull back just a little bit from the meat. Well, these are the signs of a good rib that is about to be done. So we're gonna treat these ribs just like how we treat our pork ribs. We're gonna take them back to the kitchen and we're gonna wrap them, put some seasonings on it, and we're gonna use that special ingredient. So I'm gonna switch a little bit more with that 50-50 blend of that beef broth and beef consomme. And we're gonna sprinkle a little bit more of that special rub from Pit Boss, which is that beef and brisket rub. And I'm gonna show you now that secret ingredient. Yep, you guessed it, parquet. Notice here some of the bones are starting to draw back from the meat a little bit. Again, this is a good sign that the beef ribs are just about to be done. So we're gonna treat them just like we did the other side, sprinkle a little bit more of that beef and brisket rub, and again some more of that special secret sauce, which is that parquet. And I'm gonna double wrap these nice and tight with heavy duty aluminum foil, and then we're gonna place it back in the cooker and cook it for another hour or 2. As you can see here, I'm just gonna wrap these best way known to mankind. The simpler the better. There's no rocket science whatsoever behind this, guys. None whatsoever. All right, place your ribs back in the middle of the pit and close the lid. So after 1 hour of cooking, you wanna check the ribs for tenderness and doneness. As you can see, some of the bones have started to draw back a little bit more, and they are showing me that they are done. As you can see with the probe, you're probing it, and it should feel just like butter. And it smells so good right now. Oh man, let me get a little close up. Again, it should feel just like butter when you're probing it through. Just like that. Now take your ribs off the pit and loosely cover them back up with the same aluminum foil and let it rest for about an hour. While your grill is still nice and hot, take this opportunity right now to clean off the grates and make sure you clean off any extra debris that's left over from the cook. Wipe down your grill and make sure there's no excess oil remaining. Wipe the lid down too as well, and then any areas that might have some grease around it. So after a long hour of waiting, we finally get to my favorite part. Look at her, she is beautiful. Wow, look at that moisture. Let's cut her through and let's see what it looks like inside. Wow, look at that smoke ring, guys. Yep, look at that smoke ring. It's moist, it is tender. Matter of fact, let's show you a close-up real quick. Look at that, wow. Look at the juices still running. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry. I'm definitely hungry. I'm ready to eat right now. Man, oh man. Smoked barbecue beef ribs. Oh man, these are looking delicious. Look at that. Look at them juices running, guys. So comment down below, let me know how you do your smoked barbecue beef rib, guys. I look forward to reading them comments. But until we meet again, guys, just like Homer Simpson, I'm hungry, I'm drooling. Thanks again for watching from the bottom of my heart, guys. I appreciate it. This is Smoking Jazz Barbecue. Please like, subscribe, and share this video, guys. Till next time.